The Biebs is busted. It's been a rough few months for the Biebs. He now faces those drunk driving charges after that arrest in Miami Beach on Thursday. And just last week, you may recall, sheriff's deputies raided his California mansion. That's because the singer was accused of egging his neighbor's house. Bieber's latest run-in with the law may lead to even bigger legal troubles. Entertainment attorney Daryl Cohen is here to break it all down for us. Daryl, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. You know, you've definitely had your fair share of cases like this, right?
I have indeed,
And
yes.
you've dealt with celebrities, you know, but these are serious consequences here. You know, we're also talking about the Florida police officers, because actually 3 of them faced scrutiny as well. They were suspended for escorting him without approval. So this is really a mess here. If you were representing Justin Bieber, what would you look at him and say, here's what you're going to be facing. Here are the charges, and here's the reality of this.
What I would say to him is, young man, time to stop acting like a boy, time to grow up. He needs a father. He really needs a real father and mother in his life. I would immediately have him begin to do community service. I would have him with a drug and alcohol evaluation and make sure he's being treated and make sure that this young man gets some structure in his life. Because he's a man, as far as the law is concerned, he's acting like a boy.
Let's examine what charges he's facing.
Sure.
DUI, expired license, driving on expired license, and resisting arrest without violence. Were you surprised he wasn't charged with reckless driving, that drag racing allegation?
Well, the drag racing really kind of merges in to the DUI.
Okay.
And so that doesn't surprise me either way. But driving on a suspended license is one thing, but he's driving on an expired license. That's not a big deal. It's from Georgia. How he got a Georgia license, no one knows, but he has it. So that's a problem, but that's an easily rectifiable problem. His real problem here is the obstruction, resisting arrest, but without violence, which makes it a misdemeanor. So it's not as bad as it appears because he is who he is. That both magnifies it and it minimizes it. Depends on who's looking at it.
So where do you see this going? What are the consequences that he could face?
Well, he could face a minimal amount of jail time, very unlikely.
Very unlikely.
Certainly a lot of community service, a loss of his license, but more importantly, he is now completely under the very spotlight that he's looked to be under. So what he needs to do is he needs to grow up and start acting like a man, or as they now say, man up.
What about his visa? Could he possibly be deported? I mean, is this a cause for something like that?
Could he be? Yes. Will he be? So very unlikely. Usually it's reserved for someone who's committed a felony. But I will say that when an entertainer, a recording artist in the United States gets a DUI, then wants to perform in Canada, it's almost impossible for them to get there. So very interesting because he is a Canadian citizen.
Exactly. All right, Daryl Cohen, thanks so much for your perspective on this. As you say, he needs a good, swift sort of kick over the head or something to wake him up. Hopefully this will be it. Thank you.
Thank you.